Hey guys, welcome back to another Unreal Engine tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how to very easily switch between levels and make a little loading screen to go with it. The first thing we're going to do is make a blueprint class actor, and you can just call this anything you want. I'm just going to call it teleporter or something stupid. So now that you have this, you can have anything in here. I'm just going to add a static mesh. Just for this because I already have one of these. I already made one for my own game right here. I'm just gonna have this cube or something, and I'll scale it down on the x-axis like this. Maybe do this or something, like a door. Again, you guys can make this however you want, but then you just need to add a box collision onto this. So we're just gonna look up box collision, and you can scale this however you want. I would recommend to scale it very close like this, so the player actually has to run into this thing for it to activate. Because if you have it too large, they can just teleport when they're a couple feet away and stuff. So I think this is a good size. So I'm just gonna compile, save. Alright. Just go ahead and select this box and press add event on component begin overlap. So here we are just going to put cast to, and you're just going to cast this to your player. So mine is the first person character. So this is going to make it to where the only thing that can activate this is your character. So for me, I have this little ball that you can throw. So it'll make it where that won't be able to activate it. So after this, all of it's normal code. So we're just going to go open level by name. And then we are going to create a variable on the level name. We're just going to press promote to variable. You can leave this name as level name. And this is actually really cool. Make sure to hit this little I, or you can hit instance editable up here. And then when you drag this into your world, you're actually going to be able to see the level name over here on default. You're going to go ahead, be able to go ahead and type the name of your level in. So this makes it to where you can have multiple ones of these, and none of them have to be the same. So for this one, we're just going to put my first level. I'm pretty sure that's what it's called. So this is an important step, guys. Make sure that you have the same name, word for word, capitalization, everything correct. Because if you don't, it's not going to open that map. So make sure that's, that's there. So if we just go ahead and walk right into this already, we can see that it works, right? But it feels a little bit clunky, and it happens pretty fast, so we are just going to drag this out here. So the next thing we're going to do, guys, is we're just going to go ahead and create a widget blueprint, and I already have one, as you can see right beside this, but we're just going to call this loading, or you can call it whatever you want. So for me, I'm going to drag an image on here, anchor it to the middle, and put an alignment of 0.5 so that it's right smack dab in the middle. And I'll put a size of 5,000 by 5,000, just so you make sure it covers the whole thing. I'm going to put mine to a black color, and then I'm going to put some text on this image, or I'm going to put some text on the canvas panel, right? I'm going to put a text block right in the middle, center it. I'm going to put size to content, and I'm just going to type loading. Now, of course, guys, this can be whatever you want, because this is not my game. This is your game. So you can put the size to your liking. I'm going to probably set mine to about probably about 80. So right under this, guys, you might not have ever heard of these before, but search up Throbber. Now, there's two different types of these. The first one is a circular one, and if you just go ahead and drag it in, you don't have to do anything else. You can already see that this is a little loading thing, and you can increase the pieces, how fast it goes. But for this tutorial, we're just going to be using a rectangle one. Now, this works exactly the same. If you guys want to do the circular one to customize it to your liking, go right ahead. It's not going to change a thing. So, I'm going to change the size of the image to 32 by 32. And then I'm just going to move this down to about 100. So that looks pretty good. So I'm going to put the number of pieces up to 10. And this is not centered for some reason. Let's see. We're going to size the content, and there we go. Now we have a loading screen. So this is not actually doing anything. This is pretty much just a... I don't know how to say this. It's like a fake functionality. So the game's not actually like loading anything, I don't think. But all we're going to do is pull off of this, and we're just going to go to create widget. Alright, and then we're just going to select our loading that we have. And you don't have to do this because obviously it won't let you. Now this is important. Add to viewport. If you don't do this, nothing will show up. And then after this add to viewport, I'm just going to add a delay. And I'm just going to let this go for 5 seconds. Alright, now let's see if this works. We step in, loading. We can set it to however long we want, and bam, we're in the level. Now, there is one more problem. If you walk into it, as you can hear, I can still walk around, right? So that's a really easy fix. All we're going to do is, before we create this widget, or after, it doesn't really matter, we're going to, let's see, get the player character, right? We're just going to pull off of this and go to disable input. And then go ahead and also grab your player controller. And then bam, there you go. Now, if you were to just run this like it is, you would enter the level, but then you wouldn't be able to do anything. So we're just going to drag off the player character again and put enable input at the very end after you open the level. Plug that in, pull off of this back into player controller. And now guys, you have a... Oh, and also one more thing. Some of these processes can get pretty long. So I have a sound class for my sound effects. I'll make a separate video on that one day. But pretty much, I want my sound effects, which is part of my footsteps, to silence whenever it disables the input. So we're just going to press, we're just going to pull off a disable input. And we're just, for me, I'm just going to put set sound mix class override. Select my sound class mix. If you guys have a sound class, do the same thing. I'm going to put my volume to 0. And I'm just going to duplicate this. Put it after enable input. And just put the volume to 1. And now you should have a complete loading screen. And the problem there was the fade in time. I'm going to set this to about 0.1 to make it very quick. Alright, there you go guys. There's your loading screen. Now, if you guys didn't want any animations, you guys can go ahead and leave the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. But for those of you who do want animations, which I don't know who wouldn't, but it's super simple in widgets. So we are going to use this a little bit for a couple nodes, literally, I would say, let's see, 6 nodes, I think. Anyways, we're going to grab the image. We're just going to press animation, call this whatever. add a track for the image, and add a render opacity track. So at 0, we want this to be 0. At 1, I'm just going to set this to 1. So what this will do is just fade in like this. At 3, I'm going to keep that at 1. And then at 5, I'm going to set this to 0. Well, actually, no. I don't want to fade out, right? So I'm just going to keep it like this. So guys, it'll look like this. It fades in, right? Now, text, we're just going to add one for the text. Text, fade. Now, I'm sure that there's a way to do this more efficiently, right, guys? But, I am not too experienced with Unreal Engine because I'm not an adult and I haven't spent years working with this, but I do know a pretty good amount. So this is the way I'm doing it for my game. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy this way of doing it. So you just do exactly the same thing, right? Just add one here, add one at 5, and that's when it ends. Simple as that. And fade the throbber. Track. Throbber render opacity. 0. 1. 1 again. Add a keyframe at 3. And add a keyframe at 5. Alright guys, so now you have the animation set up. Now you're just going to want to go off the event construct. Just go ahead and grab your 3 animations. And we are just going to drag off. It doesn't matter the order, literally doesn't. We're just going to type in play animation right here. Plug that in, totally fine. That is all you need to do for all 3 of these. Like I said, 6 nodes. Oh. There you go. 6 nodes, not including the event construct. But here we go. Now when this widget is constructed, bam, loading. It delays for 5 seconds, which is the duration of the loading screen, and bam, we're in another level. So guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you want to see more Unreal Engine tutorials, make sure to hit the bell so you don't miss any more. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.